Tabletop games are one of the most rewarding social experiences out there. However, for first-time players, the barrier to entry is real. Verbose rules, a lengthy game setup, and no built-in guidance create frustration before the fun even begins. Catan is no exception. Setup alone takes 10 to 15 minutes, rules are explained verbally with no support, and there is nothing in place for the 1 in 5 people with a learning or focus disability. Our Electronic Catan Board is a fully embedded hardware-software system that automates setup with a single button press, enforces rules automatically, and connects every player to the game through their own mobile device, leveraging the assistive technologies already on their phones. We preserved everything that makes Catan great: the physical board, the social experience, the strategy. We just removed every barrier standing between a new player and their first great game. In the initial gameplay setup, players connect to the board and choose to resume a previous game or restart. They choose their difficulty level. The easy mode takes players through a tutorial shown later in this video. Additionally, players orient themselves to the board. The game begins with a simple setup of number tiles associated with dice. The LED tiles light up in the order of the number placements. When the players make their initial placements of settlements, the board helps guide players through and makes live updates on the game map. If a player attempts to make an invalid action, the app lets the player know the reason why and prompts them to make the correct move. Each turn starts with a dice roll. In the event a 7 is rolled, the player can choose to move the robber and steal a resource from another player. The tile underneath the robber will dim after the player indicates what the tile the robber is on. Players build using resources collected. The app enforces the game rules when buying build items and placing them on the board. The game also offers trade functionality. A player can choose to make a trade and then offer that trade to a single player or the entire table. The other player must choose to accept the trade in order for it to go through. For a first-time player, a tutorial to go through the game is offered. It goes through all of the rules of Catan, guiding them through their first-time game. Later on, the player can also reference the rules through an app with a search functionality. Regardless of experience level, learning a complicated board game for the first time can be daunting. This project was born from trying to teach friends who struggled to grasp the game flow and felt overwhelmed by the rules. That fear of not understanding or just doing badly can lead people to write off board games entirely, when really they just haven't had the right introduction. We aim to bridge the gap between digital convenience and traditional tabletop gaming, especially for those with learning or focus disabilities. We've automated the entire physical setup so that players can focus on gameplay, and the accompanying mobile app leverages assistive technologies to help every player feel confident, capable, and most importantly, have fun. We want everyone to be able to experience the camaraderie that a great board game with friends brings. We've redesigned and made every single part of this game, from the physical board and parts to the app. Every choice was made with the intention to make gameplay more intuitive while still giving players complete autonomy over their actions. We would love for y'all to experience this yourselves, and we look forward to seeing you at Expo.